Where'd it go? Okay, chapter 8. We have talked about the North American Revolution, the French Revolution. We just did a quick recap on that with our bell ringer. And now we're going to go to the Haitian Revolution. Who owns Haiti? France. Where is Haiti? That's also important to know. Haiti is the little island right here. It is San Domingo, is what it will become, but it is the island that is right here off of Florida. So Haiti. So the most important thing to know about the Haitian Revolution is who's the one who led it, and that it was the first successful slave revolt. Toussaint Louverture is going to be the one who is going to lead it, and it was the first successful slave revolt. The slave revolt. For some reason, my little thing isn't here for me to pause it. So, like it was yesterday. So, I'll make my video a little longer, I guess. All right. Some of our facts. This is the only successful slave revolt. They wanted equality for all races. Think back to when the French and the Spanish came over to the Americas. Remember when we talked about the French coming over and how it blended, and like the people that moved there were at the top, and then you've got the people that were born there and they were next. Got your Creoles, and then you have other people that down people that married somebody that was from there. So you've got all of these different ethnicity and ethnic groups. They're going for equality for all races, because in Haiti you also had very wealthy Africans or natives. You had people that had made a lot of money and were plantation owners and were well educated. So not all people that lived there that were African were slaves. Some of them were wealthy plantation owners. So this is really going to make it very different. They wanted the plantation divided among small farmers. They had poverty and very unstable politics. Haiti's revolution, the success of it, is going to create hope for other slaves around the world. And it's also going to give great fear to those who own them. It is definitely going to inspire other slave rebellions. We talked yesterday during the French Revolution about Napoleon's coup and taking over France. Well, when he takes over France, obviously he wants to also take over Haiti because it's part of France. He is defeated and ends up having to sell the Louisiana Territory to the United States. That's where we live. We live in that area. The funny thing is, just as a side note, the president at the time was elected on the promise that he would keep the United States small yeoman farmers. He was not going to make the United States any bigger. He wasn't going to add any territory. And he literally doubled the size of the United States with one purchase. So that's pretty crazy because he gets elected on the premise that he's not going to try to make the United States bigger. He's going to keep it small. And then he doubles it. So it just shows you that as far as politics goes, nothing's changed. They all make promises and then don't keep them. Sorry to say that. But it just shows you that that's what happened. Now, was that a good thing? It ended up being a good thing. There were a lot of people that did not like him because of that. because of that purchase. It's like $10 million, I think, for all the land. Pretty nice price. Pretty cheap. But it helped France, because remember, France was pretty broke. And then after the French Revolution, they were still pretty broke. Let's look at this picture here. Whenever you're looking at an image, little acronym optic, get it? Like your eye. Let's look at this picture and see what we see. So you guys tell me, what is an overview? What is going on in this picture? Just tell me the overall view that you see of this picture. They're hanging the soldiers. Who's hanging the soldiers? The natives, right? Or even some of the slaves. They're hanging the soldiers, right? So let's look at the different parts of this picture. So that guy obviously has been hanged. Here's a guy being hung. How did these people look? Because there's only one guy here, and these people are kind of supporting him, right? Look at how he's dressed, though. Is he dressed like he is just a native? No, he's probably one of the wealthy elites that are African or native. Okay, so he is definitely somebody who is, because he almost looks like he's dressed similarly, but he is definitely not. So the title, it says, an historic account of the Black Empire of Haiti. So it is telling us that this is where Haiti was being successful in their revolt. Any interrelations that we have? Well, we see the relationship between the French and the natives. Obviously, not a good one. So my conclusion to this would be that this was part of the successful part of the Haiti slave revolt. So when I look at those pictures, I love these little videos. The extras are good. We talked about Okay, so that kind of lets you know there were more, it wasn't just slaves versus whites. It was very complex because you did have your free people of color and they also had their own slaves. So this got very hairy, but they do revolt. But here's the problem: when they revolt, they end up, because they want to punish the French, they destroy the crops, all of them, because they don't want the French to get the money. They destroy the plantations. But the problem is they destroy their own economic avenue because those crops, that was what made them so much money. So what you end up leaving behind in Haiti is very corrupt and unstable politics that we still see today. In 2009, there was an earthquake that destroyed much of Haiti. And people from all over the world poured money into Haiti, poured money into Haiti, trying to help them rebuild. Unfortunately, it just went to the government and it never went to the people. So nothing got rebuilt. The people didn't receive the food, they didn't receive the supplies. Everything went to the government. So Haiti is still a super corrupt area. It is extremely poor. Um, So those are some things that went on with Haiti. So although their revolt was successful, they did not set themselves up for a strong government afterwards. So that is one of the problems. Like we have a government, so if we do a compare and contrast, the North America, we set up a strong government, right? The French Revolution, although they did set up several governments and they ended up under a dictator with um, Napoleon. They eventually they have a stable government now. Haiti still does not have that. So if you want to compare and contrast, Haiti is still suffering from the results of their revolution. Next, we go into the Spanish American revolutions. And the reason I'm going to go ahead and start this today is because the next one is kind of long, the consequences of revolution. So some of the Spanish American Revolution. So you've got the one in Haiti. So let me look at this here. So you've got Haiti right here, and then you have Santo Domingo, and there's Cuba, which is going to be a remaining colony. Eventually, it's going to become a protectorate of the United States, and then they're going to end up becoming a communist country. But notice, just like in the Americas and in France, you're going to see a lot of um, people wanting their independence from the European colonies. So there's going to be obviously inspiration and motivations from earlier revolutions, and those earlier revolutions got their ideas from the Enlightenment. So you've got Spanish American Revolutions, 1808 to 1825. Look at that short time span. So Latin America is going to be a hotbed of revolution. Think about all of the items that Europe gets from the Americas. So that's going to impact them economically when you have all of these revolutions. It's going to impact Europe economically to have these revolutions going on in Latin America because they're not going to be able to as easily get the things that they want, kind of like with the sugar. Sugar, gold, silver, guys, these are going to be things that run the world. Sugar is just like gold. It is going to be something that creates empires. It is going to be something that causes wars. Like sugar is important. It's the whole reason that we take over Hawaii, sugar and fruit. Like that's it. Like we annexed Hawaii because of their sugar and fruit as a country. Think about it. How many of you can do no sugar? How many of you would never eat sugar again? It'd be pretty hard to do to say I'm never going to eat sugar again. There are so many sugars added into our daily, everyday foods. Sugar's in everything. So when you think about that, you can see how sugar was a big commodity, and it is like your edible gold. So some of these revolutions are going to initially be very limited. They're not going to have self government. They're not going to have all of these traditions already set up in place. Because remember, these areas were native, unlike Europe, where they had people that had lived there and had government systems and had some type of organized government throughout history, pretty much. In the Americas, it had been tribes for so long until the Europeans got here. Um, you're going to have some Creole elites who are going to feel that they are definitely above everyone. Um, Gaining independence is going to take longer in Latin America than it does in North America, even though North America was a little bit rougher, more violence. Latin America is going to take a little bit longer to do. Some of the people that we will talk about later is Miguel Hidalgo. He is one of our people who helped lead the revolution, as does Tupac Amaru. He also helps lead. These are going to be two of our, and I believe these people are also part of your 55 people on your assignment. So no. So when we think about Spanish American colonies gaining their independence, why do you think it took so much longer for that to happen in Spanish America, Latin America, than it did in North America? The Spanish colonies had been governed in an authoritarian fashion. Somebody had always had, it was always like that one leader that took control of everything. Britain was divided by class. Also, whites in Latin America outnumbered the natives because they had moved over here to get wealthy. So that's going to be a lot of it. You're not going to have like one whole class of people. You're going to have two different types of classes of people, plus your other social economic barriers. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and we'll stop there today.